Hey guys, so this is my first video on this channel, and what I'm going to be doing on here is I'm going to be reading books and then coming on here to rant about them and review them because I have no one else to rant to about them. So we're going to try and keep this as spoiler free as possible, even though sometimes, especially when I've just read a book, I can't keep my mouth shut about them, but I will try really hard to keep this as spoiler free as possible so that if you're here to see if this book is worth reading, then you'll have your answer without any spoilers and you can still read it. So let's get into it. Okay, so the book that we're going to be reviewing today is Fast Five by Holly Jackson. Now, initially, I picked this book up because it's by Holly Jackson, and I'm a hardcore fan. I'm a fan of the Good Girls Guide to Murder series. As you can see back here, I've read The Reprints of Rachel Price and Killjoy, although it's not on my shelf right now. And so I was like, you know what? Holly Jackson never fails to traumatize me, but in the best way possible. So I was like, let's read it. So since I'm in the middle of Shatter Me and a few other series, so I'm currently on Unravel Me. Well, I haven't got very far into the series, but anyway, I was like, maybe a nice standalone book could be nice to take a little break from like all those books. So I mean, it did do exactly just that. It was really nice. I read it in a few days, so that's nice because it doesn't take too long to read. It's like 389. So really nice, and well, it's like, I don't know if you would, this is a pretty average book, so it's a pretty good length personally. So for context, there are, 6 friends, 5 of them survive. You can see this from the cover, and they're in an RV, which is, I mean, the best way I can describe it is like a camper van, and they're in this RV going to for spring break, going to like meet up with these people, and they're gonna have like a fun time. I think it's like a beach something. Anyway, they've been traveling for like hours, and they're like, okay, we can just stop here and then carry on in the morning again because like it's gonna get dark. But something comes up like on the way in their route, and they have to take a different route, and then they stop in this place. Someone shoots their tires, and they can't go anywhere. And turns out, there's a sniper, which is one sniper. But there's this whole plot twist about like the sniper thing because it's actually, well, I won't say that because again that might be a bit of a spoiler. Like honestly, every single aspect of this book has like a plot twist. Basically, what it is that one of them has a secret, and the sniper wants to know that secret. But in the end, it turns out like we basically get to know all of their secrets. The 6 friends in the RV. So we have Red, who is the main character basically. Maddie, who is Red's best friend. They've known each other their whole lives, because their mums were best friends. And then we have Oliver, who is Maddie's brother, and Arthur and Simon are kind of friends, and they're also friends with like Maddie, so they're kind of also friends with Red, kind of thing. You will find out that we do not like Oliver. He is really annoying. He gets on my nerves so much. And this is all like happening in South Carolina, but they're from Philly, I'm pretty sure, from Philadelphia. So I did say something in this clip which I realised might spoil it a little bit, so just for context, Red's mum was killed when she was 13 in Philadelphia. So it's really cool because it goes like through the course of 8 hours. So there's like basically, let me show you. So for example, here we have 1 a.m. It's like a few chapters, and then it would go to like 2 a.m. which, let me find 2 a.m. There we go. And then I would go to 2 a.m. and then a few chapters 3 a.m. So basically there's like a few chapters for an hour, which I think that's really cool because it makes you kind of like, it adds that suspense, and you're like, oh my god, they're running out of time, like, oh my god, it's 1 a.m. they're gonna die. So that's really cool. That's really nicely done, and also it kind of shows the timeline because obviously this book isn't going to be over the course of like a few days. They're not going to have a camping trip while the sniper is trying to kill them. So that's honestly pretty smartly done. So again, for the actual plot, it was amazing. Like I feel like there was a lot of different kind of plots and plot twists, but the main one was, oh my god. Also, I love the ending. I love the ending because the ending is kind of told through, so we have one here, so one here is through like a news article, and then also we have a police like what do you call it, like a transcript over here. We also have a letter. So we have like a few different media forms to kind of just confirm what happens, and I love how Holly Jackson uses the different media forms to do it, especially in A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, like the whole series, how she interviews them and gets her information from these kind of like sources. I really like what she did here as well. And also like in the other books, especially in A Good Girl's Guide to Murder and also in The Reappearance of Rachel Price, and also probably Not Quite Dead Yet, but I haven't read that one yet, so that is yet to come. There is like a slow burn romance, so they don't necessarily confirm that they get together, but there's a romance aspect, and you kind of can predict what happens. And in As Good as Dead, I'm still really sad about As Good as Dead. It's still Anyway, and that's a really nice fun aspect because you kind of get to have your like mystery they're gonna die book, but then also a bit of romance, a bit of like, oh, this is fun, this is cute. I honestly love that because it's like the two most perfect things in a book like put together, and Holly Jackson just does it so well. So, well, overall, would I recommend you read this book? 100 billion%. You already know my answer by now. It's just like a fun read. It's a standalone book, which is honestly great, and it's just like kind of different from what she usually does, because for example the Good Girls Guide to Murder series, there was like a UK and a US version and blah blah blah, but this is just like set in the US, so South Carolina, where it's mainly happening, and it's quite different but also pretty Holly Jackson like style of story. Honestly, this book, I was like binge reading it. I was trying to find an excuse to read it like every single second of the day, so I think just from that you should read it yourself. Go read it, you won't regret it, trust me. So thank you guys for watching me rant about this book, and I'm going to probably review the Good Girls Guide to Murder series in my next video because I feel like that is probably like one of my favorite series so far that I've ever read, even though it took me a while to finish all three books because I read Good Girls Guide to Murder, I was like then I was like I liked it, but it took me a while to get onto Good Girl Bad Blood and As Good as Dead. But that's why I like standalone books, because you get all the thriller in one book. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.